Welcome to another episode of Rewind the Times. Man, it feels like I haven't done one of these videos in, well, about 2 weeks, because it has been about 2 weeks. uh, Man, this is always has been one of the busiest times of my life because of work. I work in retail, as most people know, and it is just, and I work 6 days a week. I work overnights, actually. So it is just continuously so busy. I also got promoted full time where I'm working more than 40 hours. I'm working like between 46 and 48 hours a week, but 6 days a week. And the holidays, man, it's always busy at my job. And honestly, I love this time of the year too. I have a lot of videos that I want to come up, but something I am very, very excited about, and I've been hinting at on my community pictures and posts is I really want to do something different this year for 2024. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. I got 143 subscribers. I love and appreciate everybody. I thought at this point I'd probably have some more. I never thought at all that I would retire. Even if I had thousands of subscribers, I still would never, never try to make a full time income on YouTube. I don't know. I do this because I enjoy doing this. But something that I want to do new for 2024 is. I found really my passion, my love, the things I love to do the most. And that is, I'm a big giant New Orleans Saints fan. I love the Saints. I haven't missed a game since 1992. I'm just a diehard fan. I used to go to New Orleans at least twice a year, or one home game and one away game. I haven't done that. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't been to New Orleans probably since Colson, my oldest son, was like two, just because it's so expensive nowadays. I mean, it's really expensive, and to travel with a lot more people, obviously, it's so much more expensive. But I'm gonna do a couple of different things on my channel. One of them is I'm gonna talk about the Saints. I'm known in the New Orleans area. I'm a New Orleans Saints diehard super fan. I'm actually a super fan. I got a football card of myself. I'm called the Who Dat Warlord. I'm actually in books. If you go down to New Orleans, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but if you go down to New Orleans and you buy a book called the Super Fans of New Orleans, I'm actually in the book. My son Jeremy, he's called the Dat Boy. Well, now he's a teenager, so I guess he's dat teenager. But I'm called the Who Dat Warlord. I got a hat and everything. Matter of fact, the hat's in my closet and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wear it during my videos. I'm a super fan. I love the Saints. I love talking about the Saints. I'm part of other Saints communities, and it's something that I'm very passionate for. And I want one of my avenues on my channel is I want to talk about the Saints. During the off season, I want to talk about some stuff that they're doing. Now the name of my channel is called Rewind the Times. I love talking about the past and stuff, the past toys, past movies. So when I talk about the Saints, the name of the channel will be something different. It will be underneath the name Rewind the Times, but I'll name the video something different. And then I also want to talk about movies and toys and continue to do what I'm doing right now, but on a much more consistent basis. I'm doing videos once every 2 weeks. I want to try to do a video once every 2 days. I love horror. I love horror movies. My son loves horror movies. Actually, both my boys love horror movies. But my 9-year-old, he is obsessed like I am with horror movies. And my son Colston, God, he reminds me so much of me at that age. He collects toys like me, which I still collect toys. But at that age, at 9, I was collecting toys like I still do now. And I was big into horror. I mean, most 80s babies, like myself, my mom took me to go see A Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th. I mean, I love the slasher, the slasher era. I'm a huge fan of horror, but it's slasher in general. The slasher genre in general. I love that. Like the Freddy Kruegers, the Jason Voorhees, the Michael Myers. I just love something about that. Gets me excited. I just love it, man. I get so into. I love finding new movies. I love finding new movies like that. I recently found My Bloody Valentine, which I did a video on. Absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite movies. When Henry Warden as the killer with the miner suit. I went out and I want to go over my Christmas haul real quick, and just a hint, real quick. But look at this. One of my other Christmas toys was My Bloody Valentine. the neck of the neck of cloth version, the 12-inch version. I mean, I love My Bloody Valentine. I mean, this right here, this character had a chance to be an iconic, horror icon. Just like John Carver from the movie Thanksgiving, which I absolutely love. I love that Thanksgiving now, the holiday, has a horror movie. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite movies of 2023. And I just love his suit. I love his costume. Matter of fact, I've already pre-ordered for me and my son the Tiny Toon, they're called Tiny Toons. They're the or Toonie Terrors, something like that, of John Carver. I got the Toonie Terrors of the Miner. NECA also came out with a 7-inch John Carver, and then the cloth one, the 12-inch. I pre-ordered both for me and my son. It's not coming out until March, but I got it for my son for his birthday. But I just love the slasher, and John Carver, Eli Roth. Thank God, it happened. It was signed on for a sequel. The budget was $15 million, and it made a $49 million in the theaters. And in 2025, there's going to be a sequel. Stuff like that. I just love horror movies. It stays with me, and I want to talk about things that I love and enjoy. And when you love something, it's easy to talk about it. I mean, there's a lot of people on here, on the YouTube platform, that are much better than I will be, and I hope that I can be as good as them. One of them I love watching Cody Leach. Cody is a diehard. He knows his movies, but you can tell his passion, his love is horror. I mean, he talks about everything and anything, but you can just tell he loves the horror. And Cody he just has that flowetry. And I remember watching I've been a long time subscriber to Cody for a long time, and I remember watching his channel when he didn't have a lot of subscribers till now, and he's come such a long way. And you can tell just the way he talks, how it's so natural now. Him being behind the camera, he flows. Everything he just know, and he knows his shit. He does. He knows what he's talking about. And that's another thing too. Like I may not know everything about horror, but I know a lot about it, and when I talk about it, I don't feel stupid when I talk about it because I know it. I'm one of those people that I love looking at the ins and outs and behind the scenes and the budget and oh man, I drive my girlfriend crazy sometimes with this useless knowledge, because she looks at me and she's like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, "Cause I'll talk about something and just it will stay with me." Because I love it, I love it, and I enjoy it, and for some reason it just it stays in my brain, and then I can relay it back. And she looks at me and she's like, Mike, you're so good at stuff like that, and maybe you should do a video about it, and I really would like to. So for 2024, I want to talk about the New Orleans Saints and that football team, because I know a lot about the Saints. I love them. I can get my son on here with me a couple of times, some videos, and we can do some videos together because he knows football too. God, he's been watching the Saints since he was a baby. He was born in the era, the year that they won the Super Bowl. So, and I want to talk more about toys, and I want to talk about horror movies. Horror movies especially. I love going out and I love finding classics from the 80s, my favorite decade. 80s and 90s are my two favorite decades, as you guys know. I love finding horror movies from that genre, from that era, from that time back then, and I love talking about it. Like My Bloody Valentine, which came out in 1981. Absolutely love it. I got the uncut version. I got the 4K Ultimate Edition. And man, they just, you talk about just killing a movie. I mean, the movie that went to the theaters, it looked like a movie that would go on TV. They just edited all the great kills out of it, which I just don't understand why. And then when you see what was taken out and put back in, the movie is just so different. When I first originally seen My Bloody Valentine, loved it. Just loved the concept. Loved the potential that the Miner, Harry Warren, had as becoming a horror icon. And when you watch the movie, just the kill scenes, and I thought it was kind of weird too. Like they'd show a kill scene and it would kind of cut off real quick, and you could see the finishing product, but you wouldn't see the whole product. It's kind of, I didn't understand that. And then when I found out, okay, well Shout Factory went out and they found the original negatives, and they put all the horror and death scenes back into it, and you go, oh wow, it's like watching a whole new movie, and it's awesome. I recently watched it with my son Colston, and I showed him the original version, and even he said it. He's like, Daddy, he's like, this is weird, and I didn't want to say nothing. I'm like, well, just hold on, let me tell you why. So we watched it, and then afterwards I was like, listen, Colson, I was like, they took all the good scenes out. You know what I mean? There's no nudity or nothing like that. And you know, when I say good scenes, that's not what I mean. There's like no nudity or nothing like that in it. They just took all the good killing scenes out. Like, I mean, imagine like you want to go when you go see a horror movie, you watch horror for horror. Well, there was like horror elements in it, but they took the gore out of it. And then he's seen the other one. He was like, oh, I this is awesome, Dad. It's like watching a whole new movie, and it really is. And you look at the movie and go, with a different point of view, and you're like, oh, okay, this movie really is good. We recently just seen The Burning. Awesome, got it on 4K. Just such a good movie, man. It really is. The Burning is, it's like a Friday the 13th. I mean, these are not any spoilers or anything. I mean, The Burning came out. Tom Savini actually worked on The Burning. But you can just see, man, like it reminds me so much of like a Friday the 13th. You know, there's a killer, and like I said, I love the slasher, and that's what it is. So that's what I'll be doing in 2024. And hopefully, man, you guys come along this ride with me. I feel like it's going to be a really great ride. And I'm also in the process of trying to buy my house with me and my best friend. I call her my Biffy, Crystal. I'm excited. Maybe I have an opportunity to buy this house. I'll actually be finding out soon what the price of it is. And I love where I live. I don't want to move. I'm 43. I'll be 44 this year. So my days of moving are over. You know, hopefully they're over. You know, as you get older, you know, my body aches, and I just don't want to. I don't want to move. I love where I live, so it's finger crossed. Hopefully, 24 we start off great. But today I wanted to come on and just show a few things that I got from my Christmas haul. One of them is I've already shown you, My Bloody Valentine, the NECA cloth 12-inch edition. Love this. I wish this movie was found out more back then. I'm glad it's got its cult following now, but this movie had so much potential to make more. Now they did in 2009, Lionsgate's film. They did make a sequel, which was really good. It's with Kerr Smith and Jensen Ackles, really really good. But I just wish that it didn't take such a long time for people to re-find it. You know, so. I also got, which is kind of funny, this is kind of a list, me and my girlfriend, we kind of made a joke, but this is kind of a listening gift, and I was talking about how I really want a cup to drink hot chocolate in, and she went out, because I love Friday the 13th, she went out and got me a big giant mug, so now I get to drink my cocoa in horror, because Jason Voorhees is my favorite slasher of all time, followed by Michael Myers. So 1A would be Jason Voorhees, and 1B would be Michael Myers. They are pretty neck and neck, and depending on how I feel, sometimes I like Michael Myers more than Jason. It just really depends on how I feel. You know, Jason Voorhees. My favorite films in the movies are Part 2 is my favorite. And I know they call it Sackhead Jason. So Part 2 is my favorite. Love Part 2. Part 5 is my second one, even though I know it's not Jason in general. It's still a slasher, whodunit kind of. Tom Morgan did an amazing job playing Jason. Just love that. Part 5 is so underrated. That's another movie that took, they took they took all the kills out of it. They pretty much kind of, you know, I mean the kills are in it, but you know, I mean, like they don't show all the death completely. Kind of like I was just talking about with My Bloody Valentine. But love Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. And then right after that would be Part 6, Jason Lives. Love Part 6. C.J. Graham was an amazing Jason. Unfortunately, the actors that have played Jason Voorhees are passing away. You know, Tom White passed away. You know, he awesome. You know, Richard Broker died years ago. So that Steve Dash has passed away. He's actually played him in Part 2. That sucked. The lady who played, unfortunately I can't remember off the top of my head, who played Jason Voorhees' mom in Part 1, she passed away. Very very famous actress, beautiful lady, beautiful heart, beautiful soul. She passed away. I mean, unfortunately they're all passing away, and Richard Broker passed away, and you know what I mean. You get C.J. Graham was left, and I mean there's more. You know Derek Mayers is still alive, and Kane Hodder is the one that's known the most. But Tom Morgan's still alive. I'd love to meet Tom Morgan. It's got to be in the 70s now, you know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely love part 2, part 5, and part 6. And then when it comes to Halloween, Halloween 2 is my favorite. Maybe I don't know what it is with the 2s. Friday the 13th part 2 is my favorite, but Halloween 2 is my favorite. I just something about the mask. It's different. It is the same mask, which is funny. It just stayed underneath Deborah Hill's bed in a, I don't know what, in a case or something. It's same mask, but love part 2. I think it's because I think the reason I like it the most is because it takes place in a hospital. And a hospital, Cody Leach said it best. A hospital is supposed to make you feel safe, and this does not make you feel safe. So love Halloween part 2. Then after Halloween part 2, I'd have to say Halloween 4 and 5. Those are my 2 favorites. So Halloween 2, 4, and 5. Love the original, but just something about Halloween 2, 4, and 5. And then as an underrated Halloween, which has got nothing to do with Michael Myers, Part 3. Part 3 is awesome. Part 3 is just so good. It really is good. It was supposed to be something like back in the day. They were supposed to take Halloween. The only reason that even would be considered part of the Halloween series because it says Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. But they were supposed to spin off. So after Part 2, Michael Myers was done. And they were supposed to do like a Halloween. And it was supposed to be like every year they're gonna make a Halloween movie, or every 2 years, or whatever. And it was supposed to be just like its own separate films, like a new anthology of films, but something separate. Not no Michael Myers. But the fans, they wanted him back, and that's why in Part 4 it's the return of Michael Myers. You know what I mean? And I absolutely love that movie. So Halloween 2, 4, and 5. Those are my 3 favorite for Michael Myers. And not a big Freddy Krueger fan. Have not been a Freddy Krueger fan. Just not into Freddy. I like him, but just I don't know. Just not really. I can watch them all, and I have watched them all many times over and over again. All of them, the movies. I love media. I love I love like physical media is my favorite. Speaking of Halloween, let me go back real quick. This was something that I absolutely loved. I bought it a long time ago, and it came in damaged, and I was so heartbroken because I got it for such a good deal. And then my beautiful girlfriend, got it for me for Christmas. It is the rest of the Halloween collection, 4K, and I love these covers. So you got Halloween Resurrection, H2O, and The Curse of Michael Myers. That mask is so cool looking. Love this. And the cases. Love them. I might get the posters to go along with the movies itself, and this beautiful, beautiful case that she got me. I was so thankful that she got me this because I did originally buy this, and when I bought it, it just came in damaged, and I was so mad because I got it for a good price. It's like $100-something, and then when I got it, I think I paid like $56 for it, and it was brand new. So I was so excited. It came in, and whoever packaged it did a terrible job packing it because when they packed it, they didn't put like any bubble in it, and it just ripped it and destroyed it. So I came in, when it came in, this part right here was like all dented. It ripped it. It must have hit something in the postmail's truck or just on the way, and it like cracked one of the CDs, and I returned it, got my money back, and I was like, man, I didn't see it for the price again. And then luckily Mrs. Santa Claus, my girlfriend, knew I wanted it, and she got it this year, and I was so ecstatic. So hey guys, I have to head out of here, but I wanted to talk about some new things that are coming to the channel. So please hop in, strap in. I'm going to make this the best 2024 that I can. I feel like this is going to be a really good year this year. I'm really excited about this year, and come join me on my journey. I'd really appreciate it, guys. So if you can give the video a like, I'd really appreciate that. That means a lot for the I'm going to say it wrong, algorithm. The more likes, the more your video gets seen, or how can I say it, recommended to people, which I really appreciate. So listen, everybody, have a blessed day. Remember, man, God first and family. Until the next video, peace, guys.